Welcome back, YouTube. This is Chad Hightower from Campobello, South Carolina, and today we're starting a new series on a inline 8 Packard engine. I'm not sure exactly what year it is as of yet. I'll have to do some research on the numbers to see, but today's video is just, kind of a walk around and just discuss, the size of this thing and how big it is and what it came out of and what all needs to be done to it. So I'm not sure how many parts there'll be to this video, but we'll continue to shoot video until the engine is completed. Now the plan is to obviously today do a cursory inspection to see, check the bottom end out on this thing and make sure nothing major is broken and that it's even buildable. And after we get it disassembled, then we're going to conduct a pressure test to make sure that the block is sound, because you don't want to put a lot of investment or money into a block that may have a pinhole in it or that may have a water crack somewhere. And with these older engines, that's always can always be the case, because they sit in the junkyard for years with just water in them, and they have a tendency to crack in places that you obviously is difficult to see. So I'm going to try to set the camera up and get some decent shots. I'm not going to bore you with the complete disassembly, but like I said, today's video is just to try to get it disassembled so we can kind of see what's been going on with the engine. Does it have normal wear, or what's going on? So I'll cut here and I'll get the camera moved up, and I won't bore you to death with taking every little nut and bolt out. We'll go ahead and get the bottom pan off of it, and I'll get a shot of that, and then we'll start working on the rods and the main bearings and the crankshaft, trying to get it out. So so just stand by and we'll move from there. Okay, so we got the bottom pan off, and you can see, just the first thing that comes to mind is just how long this thing is. It is a straight 8, but it is just tremendously long. The crankshaft just goes on forever, and the camshaft does too. So we'll drive on. We'll keep disassembling here and take a look at some of the moving parts. And like I said, the main goal today is just to get it disassembled enough to where we can start on our pressure test. So stand by. Look at there. My gosh. Okay, so we got the timing cover off. Now let's let's go ahead and focus on trying to get the rods and pistons out. So stand by. Okay, so we're fully disassembled minus the valve train and the camshaft, and you can see that the pistons are out. Normally I wouldn't add any more to this video until I actually got to the pressure test, but after I got the pistons out of it, I found something that you know, I thought the viewers would enjoy seeing. So let me skip over here and get the camera set up for that. So after getting the crankshaft out, and I've got it laid out on the table. I hope you can see that in the video. But I am just absolutely shocked at the condition of the crankshaft. I mean, it is immaculate. There's not a scratch on it. There's not a score on it. And I have took the mics and measured, you know, just spot checked some of the journals, and they're all within a half a thousandths of one another. Let me get up here so you can see kind of what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know how long this crankshaft's been in the engine, but it's absolutely in perfect condition. So what I'm thinking I may do, if they all measure out correctly, is I may just take this crankshaft down to the crankshaft grinder and just let him do a quick polish on it, and let him check it out a little bit closer than me, and just keep this crankshaft with this engine, because I have two engines that I'm going to try to build one engine out of. And I know the crankshaft in the other engine that's not here yet is a known good crankshaft, but you know, if I can keep the same crankshaft with the same engine, then you know, I'm going to try to do that if we can do that, you know, without costing a whole lot of money. Here's the other interesting thing. Now I've built a lot of engines. I don't know if you can see that or not. But here's a rod and a piston out of, I'm not sure what number this is. This may be number 4. I'm not exactly sure, but it's got the typical T-slot cut in it for expansion. And it's got the typical oil hole in the side of the rod so that it can oil the camshaft when the engine's running. Nothing unusual about that. But number 7, here's number 7. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see the amount of carnage that's going on there. I'm not exactly sure, you know, how that happened. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty jacked up, you know. I don't know how to explain that. So that was out of number 7, I think, and there's no damage to the block. I mean, obviously I'll do a little bit more investigating, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of damage other than that. I mean, the camshaft looks pretty good. Parts for these things are quite expensive, so we want to try to use everything that we can to try to keep the cost down on these things. But I can already tell by looking inside the engine block that the cylinders are going to have to be bored. I haven't measured yet, But usually I can just tell with my hands how deep the ridge is on top of where the piston stops on its stroke, and there's one cylinder that's got a pretty significant ridge. And matter of fact, it's number 7. So number 7 is the one with the broken piston. So not sure exactly what happened there, but that's okay. I don't want to spend a lot of time measuring and a lot of time looking until I get the other engine over here and I'm able to rob the head gasket off of it. So what I'll do is the next video will be the pressure test. And what I'll do is install the head gasket on the block, then I'll install the head, torque it down, fill it with water, and then I'll inject anywhere from 25 to 45 pounds of air into that block and see if we have any pinholes that pop up. I do have a concern right off of the bat. I'll see if I can get you close in here so you can see. If you can see right here, you can see where rust trails have been running out of the side of the block, and there's one roughly right here. Now that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it's just something that, you know, things that I noticed that, hey, I definitely, when we do the pressure test, want to keep a check on this area to see if that's an issue or that's just surface rust from sitting out in the junkyard or whatnot. So yeah, that's where we are. So here's all the main bearing caps, all the rod bearing caps, and all the parts that I've got thus far. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I know today was kind of a boring video, but we'll get into the meat of this thing, especially after we do the pressure test. Now the pressure test will be, you know, kind of boring too, but I know I've got a lot of viewers out there who like to watch the machining process, and we'll get to the machining part. We'll machine the cylinders, and then we'll hone the cylinders to size. Then we'll do a 3-angle valve job on all the valves and get the valve train straightened out, and we'll put all that on the video so the viewers who have subscribed to me for machining purposes can, you know, kind of enjoy this project too. So that concludes episode number 1. So if you like the videos, hey, give me a thumbs up or shoot me a comment or subscribe. Or if you have any questions about, you know, a Packard engine or anything that I can help you with, I get emails from time to time from people who watch the videos with the engine that I'm building, and that, you know, they have a lot of questions. You know, how do I do this or how do I do that? Hey, feel free to shoot me an email, and I will be glad to answer your questions. Would be delighted to. So my email address is chadalhightower@gmail.com. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.